Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today what we are doing is palm nut soup. It's normally a Ghanaian soup, but I don't know whether other African countries do it. It's quite popular, and you can use any meat for it at all, any meat that you fancy. Yeah, so I'm going to show you what you need. It's quite very simple. I bought this at the shop. You can buy it in any of the corner shops. It's palm nut soup with onion and ginger cannabis, or there are different types that you can get anyway. Okay, and I need some tomatoes, and I have some this is grilled mackerel, and I've got some spices. I will tell you when I'm putting them in, and some salt. And I've got a mixture of onions and some spices, and I'll tell you that. So really, and that's what you're doing. That's it. So the first thing you need to do, I've got some meat. Sorry, this meat's made up of I've got chicken, I've got goat meat, and a little bit of the goat feet. If you're Ghanaian, you understand. And yeah, so that's what I'm using for the soup. My kids like a lot of chicken, so I put chicken in most of my soup for them to have it. So yeah, so this is what we want to use. For the dried spices, we have white pepper. I put a bit of white pepper in there. Okay, just about one teaspoon. This is smoked paprika, just to make it quite that smoky feel. Okay, and I put a bit of cloves. So there's a clove powder, just a bit to make it taste nice. I've got a bit of black pepper, and then I put some salt in it. Okay, so the next bit is I put this is just ground onions, and I've got some thyme and rosemary, and some there's something called mintia in Ghana. I don't know the English name, so that's also part of the mixture. So I pour it into it, and I put it on the stove for about a few minutes. I cover it and I let it boil for about, let's say, for about 10 to 15 minutes, so that the meat will absorb the spices. Okay guys, normally I blend the ginger and garlic with the onions, but because I blend the onions separately, I'm adding ginger and garlic. Normally buy this in Asda, or you can get it in any of the supermarkets. It's quite good. I use that most of the time. And so I'm adding these cubes, the ginger and garlic cubes, to it as well. Okay, so I've added about 6 of them, right, just to make sure that the meat is really marinated and nice to taste. Okay guys, this has been boiling for about 20 minutes. I allowed it to boil for about 20 minutes because I wanted the meat to really absorb the spices. So I'm going to put tomatoes in now. I know some people normally put the tomatoes in for it to boil a little bit, just the plump tomatoes, but I just blend mine and just pour it in. So that is the tomatoes, and I'll allow it to cook. Okay, this is quite a quick way to do it, rather than putting the tomatoes in to boil for some time before you blend it. So I've blended the tomatoes already, and I'll put it in the meat, and I'll allow it to cook for about 15-20 minutes as well. Right guys, so whilst the meat and the tomatoes are on the cooking, what I'm trying to do is trying to make sure that the food cook quicker. So I am putting the palm fruit right on the other side of the stove to boil it. Okay, I'm sieving it because normally you have some bits in it, so I will sieve it into the saucepan, and I'll try and boil it. Okay, Right, so what we can do, so when you finish sieving it, and then you put I'm putting this one into the palm fruit to boil. This is called momoni in Ghana, but we normally you can put Kobe or any salted fish or any fish that you prefer into this to boil. It just gives out the Ghanaian taste of the soup. So I've just put this bit into it to boil it and for it to cook. And then when it cook and it's about, you see a little bit of oil on top of it, I'll add it onto the meat. Right guys, this has been cooking for a while, for about 30 minutes, and what I'm going to do is, as you can see, the palm fruit is quite cooked about, so I'm going to pour it into the main soup, and then we'll let it boil for about let's say for about 30 minutes again. Okay, so I'm pouring it in. So we allow it to cook for about 30 minutes. Alright. Right guys, as you can see, the soup is really getting cooked, so you can see the oil on top of it. It means that it's almost there. So what I do is I put the fish in that I've grilled as the last thing to go into the soup. So I'll just put the fish in. And I'll allow it to cook. I just want it to reduce a bit, so I'll allow it to maybe reduce a bit for about maybe 20 minutes. Right, so guys, this soup has been on fire. It's on just medium heat or very lower heat. It's been on fire for about 20 minutes, and you can see the oil on top of the soup. It means that the soup is ready. So I can see it looks very delicious and it smells really delicious. So that's it really. Right guys, this is the soup. That's palm nut soup. I have made rice balls. Rice balls like cooking rice, adding a lot of water to the rice so that it will be really soft, and then you knead it and then you put it into balls. So that's called rice balls. We can eat the soup with anything actually. It can be rice, it can be yam, it can be potatoes, whichever which one you really like. So that is the palm nut soup. It's really delicious, so please try it. You'll be really happy that you did. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Make sure you put on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching.